a pounding fast break, talented teamwork, or reaching for the stars at center stage. We're building a new place to play Southern California, Anaheim Arena. Reserve your seats now. Luxury suites and club concourse seating are also available. Join the excitement. Call 714-385-9061. Anaheim Arena. The excitement is building.
I started here as an usher. I remember working the very first Ducks game when we played Detroit. I was up at usher at 401.
I came from the East Coast, Pocono Mountains. Spent 3 years in Washington, D.C. before transferring out here to Anaheim.
My name is Marta Calderon. I worked 20 years, almost 21.
I was here when we opened the building, started all the systems up. I was hired as the ice and building engineer.
I was the operations office manager back in 1993.
I started here in 1993. I came from the Great Western Forum in Inglewood, and I came to the arena as a conversion supervisor.
I've been here a little over 20 years, and I was hired on as a usher supervisor.
So I started here in June of 1992, 1 year before the facility opened. So I had a chance to really be involved in the construction of the facility and then hiring all of the employees at the very beginning.
Started on the event crew back in '93, moved to maintenance, moved to engineering.
Been here since the beginning. Brought my family over here. They were just young kids at the time, and says, I'm going to work here one day.
I started as a building engineer. We did practically everything that you could name. So we really didn't have anything special as an engineer to do. We just did it, whatever came about, we did it.
Started out from the very beginning, from the time doing the application process out in the parking lot, and then being selected to be a member of the team. I started off as an usher. My aisle was over there in 209, 210. Met some crazy people there.
There's a whole new game skating in the town. The mighty Ducks are here, excitement's coming down.
We had no events when I got here, and we had this huge arena. We didn't have a full-time tenant, and there were a couple of nights when I left here saying, what am I doing here? And we had the circus and wrestling and some of the old standby events that we still have today. But all of a sudden, the things came together with the Mighty Ducks. They weren't the Mighty Ducks at the time, but the Walt Disney Company came in, brought us a hockey team, and that's really when things took off.
Moving out here and knowing that we're going to have a hockey team here at the Arrowhead Pond, that sparked my interest extremely.
The early years with the Disney team were pretty interesting. I remember installing ice 9 times the first 2 seasons. We didn't have a high-tech floor covering like we have now. When we did bull riders and rodeo and circus, we used to take the ice out and reinstall it. So I had a lot of 40-hour shifts that first 2 years.
When we got the NC2A regionals, I'm going, hey, I'm in 7th heaven.
Springsteen, U2, the Stones. Favorite's got to be AC/DC. I know Tim and I were right at the mix position. We just stood there all night just going, man, I know that song, I know that song. But I'm an old school guy that, enjoys it when it gets loud in here and people are, the old crews coming out, the date night and people are having a ball, and I enjoy those nights. I enjoy all of them, but there's some that stand out more than others.
Sandra Bocelli, Marco Antonio Solis, Shakira, Gianni, so many.
Probably the best event that ever happened here was Jet Jam. We turned the river bottom into a huge lake where we had these jet ski races.
Tim Ryan, had an idea with some other folks to fill the riverbed full of water, about 16 million gallons of water. We did that for a couple of years.
It was no more than us looking out the back window and one day saying, I wonder if anybody can fill up that riverbed, and then we could do some kind of an event.
Brought in sand for a volleyball tournament. We had a car show here, motorcycle show. We had, I think, 4 different stages.
They were having trouble sealing the riverbed to hold the water, and they had divers going down with scuba trying to make sure the seams were all sandbagged. And Tim Ryan and Mike O'Donnell were standing there, and Mike looked at me and he said, "What do you think, Bob?" I looked at him, I said, "It'll never freeze in time."
We put a lot of work into it. We probably did 18-hour days, going home, showering, coming right back. But it was so cool because everybody worked together at that time, and it was all hands-on. And when the show was over, we all sat back and had a good time after that.
Every single person, every politician, when I got done making a pitch, every single person said, "Why in the world do you want to do this?" And I said, because it's what we do.
I've worked at a lot of different places, but never before in my life had I ever worked in a place where I felt like family. You know, where you felt like that family love. Really, whenever I felt as if like I found a home.
It's been a great experience, and it's been a wonderful place to work. I mean, I commute 100 miles every day for over 20 years, and if the job wasn't worth it, I would have given up a long time ago.
I come here because I enjoy coming here. Plus I'm retired, so it makes it a little easier too.
You look back on it and time flies. You know, you just don't realize how fast things move. But yeah, 20 years, no, I'm surprised at that myself.
I feel very privileged to have the opportunity to work in a great environment, a great venue. It's a fun job. It's a job that you have to be passionate about. You have to have a great team to surround you, and I'm very fortunate. The people I work with are just incredible. They're my friends, my colleagues, my peers, and I couldn't ask for a better career. I love what I do, and hopefully I can be here for a few more years and celebrate another 10 or 15 years working in the building, because there's nothing better than this industry.
So when you're a family, you laugh together, you cry together, you succeed together, you fail together, and it's a risky business. It's been so rewarding for me to be part of this, and I really, at this point in my career, I really look forward to the next decade.
It's my home, you know, it's my work home, it's my work family. So I love it. I love this place. I love everything about it. I love this business. You know, it's part of who I am.